How are you?
Hello, hello. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for asking. I hope you're staying safe during this pandemic.
Yeah, I'm fine, fine. Gotta stay safe out here in the street.
I know
I
it.
don't know how you been.
Oh, I've been really good. Like honestly, I was just telling him, I'm like, it's not like a great thing, but honestly, I have so much time to do whatever, and I feel like I can get so much done during it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Is
gotta
there?
appreciate the little thing.
Thank you. No, definitely. I appreciate you. I've been trying to tell people, I'm like, no, Yonkers has talent. Like, Yonkers has a lot of talent. It's just that, you always see the other boroughs. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm going to make sure I put Yonkers on the map. We're going to figure this out together. And you're really good. Like, I was listening to your project and I was like, okay. But before we get into the music, I want to ask you about the quarantine. Is there anything you learned about yourself during the quarantine that you did not know prior?
Uh, I learned that you definitely gotta appreciate the little things in life. You can't take shit for granted. Shit real out here.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
It's scary too, because I think this is something that, if you saw it in a movie, you'd be like, oh, okay, this is make believe. But the fact that it's reality is the craziest thing.
I went to 42nd Street the other night, and that shit was like ghost town out there. It was like a movie.
Yeah, it's insane. It's like you would have to
I feel
pay
like a movie.
to get people to, get off the streets. And now it's just like clear. So I really wanted to ask you about growing up in Yonkers. Has growing up in Yonkers influenced you musically in any way? And if so, how?
Absolutely. I'm from Yonkers, so obviously the Locks, DMX, Mary J. Blige, they were influential just off the rip because they made it out. So that was like the ultimate, like, they can do it, we can do it because they just like us.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But as far as like more personally, I would say like my neighborhood, growing up in my neighborhood, there was a rap group from my neighborhood, and they were real dope, and they made me want to actually rap. So that's really where I got my inspiration to rap from.
Oh, that's dope. Do you want to say the name or just in general?
Gems is the group. It was a rap group called Gems, and it started out William Wallace the Boss, R16, Studs Coleone, and B Way Black. They was like the founders of everything and the whole movement. And that actual movement that we have now is an extension of that. It started off as that, but we leveled up and now we top level. Everything top level.
That's dope. Okay. So, do you remember the age when you started making music?
I started rapping when I was like 15, 14 years old. One of the guys I just mentioned, he's my favorite rapper ever. He's done. He's dope. He left a BCD in my crib. It was oh, I think they like it. It was that beat. He was right into that beat. And him and my brother left. They left me in the crib with the BCD. I just started listening to it, and I just wrote a verse. And then ever since then, it's like fuck it. My brother was like, "Yo, you might as well fuck it, keep rapping."
Yeah.
And we started going to the studio and shit. And then it became a hobby.
No, that's really dope. I mean, and especially starting so young, you know what I mean? It's like the earlier you start, that's like you know how passionate you are because it was from the beginning.
Yeah, it was genuine too. So it wasn't forced. I never felt like I ever made music that was forced or like I was pressed to do it. I did it because I wanted to do it, and my friends liked it. So it was time for us to just turn up to, trap to, regular shit.
Yeah, and honestly, I know what it's like. It's like your friends are the most critical. So if your friends like it, then it's definitely a
Yeah,
go.
and I don't got yes men. My friends shit. I thought it was times where I thought I had the best verse ever, and my friends was like, "Yo, that ain't it, bro. You gotta, back to the drawing board." So
Yes.
yeah, and I
You
come from the era. I come from an era of battling on the corner, having ciphers. Yo, the hardest nigga from over here and the hardest nigga, everybody, the hardest nigga from every crew. We all link up. Everybody spit. I come from that era. Oh, you rap? Spit right now. You tell a
Wow.
nigga to rap right now, they gonna look at you like you got 7 heads. Word. They gonna want to beat.
Do you remember the craziest battle you've ever had and what made it so epic?
I had a battle with it was these dudes called 456, and it was this dude named his supposedly he was like the original Piff or whatever, and he was running around talking about he the real Piff, he the real Piff. So I know his mans or whatever. They brought him to the block, and we had a battle right on the block. I remember the last 2 bars. I was like, I ended it with some shit like one life, one love, and there's only one Piff. And his man looked at him like, nah. It was over right there. And then he faked, oh, you got it, you got it. He had to pay homage real quick.
Nah, that's dope though, and I'm glad you brought that up. Because I feel like you're right. The whole music scene completely changed. It's nothing like how it used to be. I was wondering too, for you, what are 3 words that would describe you musically?
Um, Ignorance, pain, and I don't know. I guess I would say just all around, just I don't I don't like the blind to lead the blind. So I try to be like I try to speak for the people who don't have a voice, who the misfortunate who nobody listens to and nobody who always get looked over. I try to talk for them. And musically, that's who I want to be. That's what I want to be. I want to be like Nipsey and them, like Jeezy. I want to be an inspiration to the hood. I don't want to just be one of the niggas that take from the hood and don't give back. That's corny to me. I don't think that's official.
That's so dope. And I'm glad you really brought that up because a lot of people out there, they do it like they give back, but they do it for the notoriety. They're not like doing it to really do it.
Yeah. A
Yeah,
lot of niggas do shit for the clout and for the likes. They don't do shit for real life.
exactly. And, I really wanted to ask you, Pude Piff, how did you come up with that name?
Um, the Piff name came from high school. When I first started rapping, my man, we was walking through the hallway one day. I think I dropped a song or some shit, and he was like, "Yo, you be spitting that fire." That's that J Piff, because my first name started with a J, and then
Oh,
Piff is actually a certain type of weed that we used to smoke. It's haze. We used to smoke mad haze back in the day. So Piff was always some fire. So it started off like J Piff, and then God rest the dead. My one of my mans he had passed. His name was Pudal, and we used to call him Pude. So the Pude come from his name. So it's Pude Piff. I dropped the J and I put Pude Piff. But Pude in Spanish means pure. It's like it means pure, like anything pure. So it's like pure Piff, really. That's what my name really means.
I
So no
get
matter how
it.
you look at it, no matter how you look at it, you always getting that fire, no matter what. That shit is that pure Piff. That shit is that fire. That,
Yo, that
that's
was
that
deep.
Pude. Now facts.
Yeah.
I never really told a lot of people that. A lot of people don't know that. They just think it's a name. That shit goes a long way.
Yeah, that's a fire answer. I knew it had some meaning to it, but I didn't think it was like that deep. Like that's really dope. I like the fact that you're creative and it looks like you're like very, very loyal to like the town and people you grew up with. So that's really, really dope.
Yeah. With that being said, RP Pooh down. We love you, my nigga. Facts.
Yes, and you know what? It was interesting listening to your music because I definitely felt the pain, when you were saying the 3 words that describes your music. So, what was the hardest song for you to make and why?
Um,
Like on an emotional level.
on an emotional level, probably I gotta. It's a lot of those though, but maybe probably on my first mixtape, it's a song called "What We Need." Basically, on that record, I was talking about everything I need, and I spoke about my mother, my brothers, my family, my lady, my brother who was incarcerated at the time. He was doing 15 years, and I had got locked up early into his bid or whatever. So when I was locked up, me and him was communicating and shit. When I was locked up, we was writing each other back and forth. But when I came home, we had kind of lost communication a little bit. So it was like an open letter kind of. On the last verse, I dedicated the last verse to him. And I was like basically explaining to him why I was moving the way I was moving and what I was going through at the time. So that song is called What We Need. It's on my first mixtape. It's called South. The mixtape is Southside Poster Child. I'm actually gonna upload all my old like from the mixtape era, from the CD era. All of those projects, I'm gonna upload them to all the DSPs. I just gotta get a lot of that music and try to like remaster it and remix it because a lot of that music we from that era where the music was bad, the recording and the mixing was horrible. We was recording out of people's fucking closets, so.
Nah, that's dope. That's the dedication for you to do it like in the closet. Like even though it might sound a little crazy, people still heard the lyrics.
Yeah,
so.
but at that time, that shit didn't matter. At that time, niggas just wanted the music. Yo, you go back, you listen to all the old Max B shit, Max B was, them mixes was horrible. But we was knocking that shit. We loved that shit. It didn't matter. Just the music was so good. It overpowered how the fuck the mix was. Now we got everything is technologied up, so to get a mix is easy. But back in the day, niggas wasn't emailing and none of that shit. Pull up. You want to make a song? Pull up. Come to the studio or come to the block. We gonna chef up and then we gonna go. Yo, back in the day when I was going to the studio, we used to have to know the whole song before we went. So if it was 4 of us on one song, we had to know everything. The whole fucking shit before we could go to the studio.
Oh, that's tough. That's too much. I mean, but that's fire. That means you was in it.
Now tell me who